the recording as well. So, and I have some slides for that. What we like to do is called coaching in slow motion, because slow motion means we're taking the speed, the tempo out of a coaching conversation. And this gives us the possibility to look very closely to this process that is happening in the mind, in the head of the coach or the solution-focused practitioner. And then we have time to really realize what is going to happen there. So, for example, I have some coaching sequences. You know, as a trainer for coaches, I'm kind of very happy that I can attend and hear a lot of different coaching conversations. And all these sequences that I'd like to show you, these are out of real coaching conversations. So there is no fake or no nothing that I somehow invented. And now we have the possibility to see what is really happening there. So, coach, we are very much at the beginning of a coaching conversation. Coach asks, and what are your best hopes for the outcome of our coaching today? A very classical question. And the client says, well, I think I'll bring the skill of delegation to this session. I don't think it is something I do particularly well. I think I tend to take things on and do them by myself. Then I'll know if it's done right, which is part of my personality, which I try to work on. And he or she chuckles. So the question now is actually, what is our next intervention? And before we think about that, the little model I like to work, what actually is happening all the time is we'll listen what the coachee is telling us or our counterpart is telling us. And from all that he or she says, we select something. And based on that selection, we build an intervention, we say something, or we send an invitation when we ask a question. So it's this triangle, and in real conversations, this happens sometimes in milliseconds. And when we take the speed out of it, we can start to think about each and every of these moments. Listen, select, build. And what's for me the most interesting part is the part of the selection, because I think it's very interesting, and lots of the solution-focused practitioners, they don't even have time or think about it. What are kind of the criterias of what I select out of what the coachee said? So what are my assumptions behind my next intervention? And under the idea of assumption, I understand the core ideas of the solution-focused approach. It's kind of the ideas of what we have, what is important during a solution-focused conversation, to create a frame for our client in which he or she really can make some progress. So it's not necessarily related to a particular client. It's more a guideline of our work. And you can ask yourself, how can I create now in this very moment, based on what he or she said, the most useful framework for the coachee? So what are our assumptions behind our selection process? And the second little thing that I'd like to mention here is when we talk about questions, I always say questions are somehow invitations to our counterpart to think in a specific direction. And of course, as in every real invitation, our counterpart, our coachee, can decide if he or she wants to take on the invitation, if he or she wants to refuse it, or something in between. So if your neighbor comes and asks you, hey, I have a barbecue tonight, do you want to join in? You have a moment where you can make a decision. Say, oh, yes, super cool, I come, or oh, sorry, it's not possible today. Or you say something in between, oh, not for the barbecue, but afterwards I'm happy to come for a glass of wine. So, assumptions and invitations. Let's go back to this little conversation here. Client, coach, what are your best hopes for the outcome of your coaching today? Client, I think I'll bring the skill of delegation to this session. I don't think it is something I do particularly well. I think I tend to take things on and do them myself, because then I'll know if it's done right, which is part of my personality. But I kindly ask you, each of you individually, is take a minute for yourself and think about, from these 2 or 3 sentences of what the client said, what would I select on which I would like to build on my next intervention, my next invitation. So, what would you select? Based on what you have selected, what would you say, ask here as a coach? I always suggest, if you have time and something to write it down, then you have a precise formulation. And what is your assumption behind your intervention? I give you a minute, and then I would like to put you into small groups so you have the possibility to share with each other. Hey, what would you say? And what crossed my mind? So what is the reason that I selected exactly that point and formulated the next intervention? Is that okay? So, small minute for you. Whoever is talking, it's a little bit difficult. Yeah. Simon, are you going into a room as well, or rather not?
One more time, can you put please back the client's answer for a few more seconds, please?
I can.
Thank you very much.
Give me a second. Here. No, that's the wrong one. God.
Danny, I can join the session too.
You can join the session?
Yes.
Okay. You can see it now, yeah?
That's great. Thank you. I can see it.
That's the current slide, yeah. Okay. Question is, actually, what would you say as a coach now? And based on what assumption you would say exactly what you choose to say. I open the room and I give you 4 or 5 minutes to talk with each other about it. So welcome back. What are your suggestions? What would you do as a coach?
What I told the others that I felt these few lines very dynamic. So I would certainly inquire for more at this point, the tell me more part, okay?
Okay.
I listen, tell me more.
Okay. And what is your assumption behind it? So simple, why would you do that?
My assumption, as I phrase that this person is capable to get going and approaching what he wants. And if I give room, he will get there.
Okay. Okay. Giving room. Hey, wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Other possibilities.
I think I would ask if the skill of delegation is something that they want to see grow, or if that's something they want to improve, because
Okay.
because that would
So you
be
select the
my
part.
guess or my assumption from what I'm hearing, but I'm not sure if the assumption is right, so I would ask them.
Okay. You hear something going in that direction, and your assumption is, hey, we have to be clear on that. Yeah.
Yeah. My assumption is also that only because I'm hearing they might want to see the skill of delegation grow, that doesn't mean that that's actually what their priority or focus is. So that's why I want to check if my assumption is right. So that's also an assumption behind that, my assumption might not be right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much. Yeah. And as you know, there is no right or wrong, but they are just different ideas to approach this situation. Hello to Hungary, Fritzi. What would you say?
Actually, I would also inquiring regarding the skill of delegation, because it was worded, and that this not doing so well. And this word well, I would start with that maybe different versions that, oh, can you remember just one occasion that you felt that it's already like sort of well that you started to do or practice the skill of delegation, and inquiring around that, how it happened, with whom it happened, blah blah blah, but also to put the rackets already on the, oh, not so well, okay, how would look like that you are doing that well, and then already different versions like perfect future and
Okay. Hey, super cool. And I know this is always the same question, and it's a difficult one. You picked the word well, not so well, and then as last version you said, how would it look like when you could do it well? Something like that I have in mind. What's the assumption behind that?
The question to me or general?
Yeah, question to you.
Okay. My assumption would be that the client might have an imagination of how it would be well, because it's already a comparison, not so well.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
And then how to inquiring that gap which is over there, and
yeah, cool.
Another version could be also the benefits, but I was thinking better to already to start with it, or supposing that you are already doing well, how it's gonna be turn out to be useful for you, and so on. But somehow the practice, and why I would choose rather inquiring this, what is the well instead of what is the benefit doing so, because somehow he refers, or she or he refers that that he's particularly not so good on that. So more sponsoring this kind of path on the how side. How would you do that?
Yeah, yeah, cool.
So that's my assumption.
We already have 3 different options, 3 different background thoughts or assumptions. Is there a 4th one?
I can throw in also. So I think I would ask, what difference does it make, you know? And I think for me, the assumption behind it is that there is some kind of a reason why the person wants to do it, but, you know, I don't know that reason. So
Yeah, yeah.
But can I ask what difference does what make?
does focusing on that topic
On the topic of
delegation,
the
of
delegation.
delegation. Yeah. Like,
Because for me, it's not totally clear if like what they want to focus on yet, because they are saying that bring the skill of delegation, and then they're saying all the things that they assume they're not good at. That's why I was wondering, like, that's why I was confused.
yeah, no, I think I would just ask that, suppose, you know, you do lead the delegation very well, what difference would it make for you?
Yeah, and this is an interesting remark from Kati, because we are at the beginning of a conversation, and what the coach asks, hey, what are your best hopes for the outcome? And the client brings a topic, the topic of delegation. And there is this slightly vague thing, what does he or she now really wants to achieve at the end? I would like to show you what this coach did. What are your best hopes? Again, skill of delegation to this session. The coach used the following invitation. So let's suppose you could buy the skill of delegation in the shop around the corner. You would buy the perfect amount of that skill for you. What difference, we heard that, would this make for you as a manager? And the client chuckles and says, oh, peace of mind. Boah. This is the second question, and we got already such an answer. I didn't have my mind busy with 10 million things that are going on that I have open and trying to complete. And I think it would allow me to probably engage with some of the heads of service in more detail and one-to-one level and care more for others, build on some relationships with my peers, and maybe even so. He started to design kind of a future he would like to be part of. Yeah. I had the chance to talk with this coach afterwards, and I asked him, hey, what was your assumption that you kind of brought up this quite creative question, actually about the differences? And it was a he. He said he learned that especially in the beginning, it's very useful to create an opportunity for the coachee to invent a highly attractive and appealing goal or destination description. Something that, what are the positive, preferred, wished, useful effects, differences of the outcome for the person? And whatever the coachee brings in the beginning, he tries to create this frame that the coachee has the chance to start with with an attractive picture. And I think, yeah, for me, this makes sense very much. And as an assumption that you have in the beginning, yeah, it's quite a solution-focused one, I guess. Any question or remarks about that? Yeah, Fritzi, sorry.
Yes, sorry, it just came shortly through my mind, reading what the client answered, and I just started to wonder, and that's by assumption or maybe even projection, that it's so interesting that how the client describes, I would assume that already on the way how the client speaks, those imaginations can be built already in her or his head how it would be done, because the more that those pictures are coming, and it just came through my mind when reflecting back what I said before earlier, but like this kind of double benefit, that's attractive destination, and also to picture that somehow implies also the how.
And we don't know yet now in this particular case, but of course, this is something that very often happens, that the clearer you see your future, kind of, the higher is the chance that already first ideas or steps are going to emerge. I have a second example for you. Another conversation. What are your best hopes for the outcome of our coaching conversation today? The coachee, a lady, she's around 30, and yeah, she got a new job about 6 months ago, head of this HR team in a quite big company. And she said, well, you know, my boss is kind of a macho. And as I am the leader of this HR team, only 6 months, he attends all our meetings as well. And it happens regularly that he does not agree with my suggestions during the meeting. He is interfering, making me look bad or incompetent in front of my coworkers. And I really started to sleep badly. I think I really got scared about him. So I'd like to find ways to get less scared. Maybe you read it again, because I really very quickly would like to put you again into groups of 2, 3, just to kind of share or figure out what would be, out of your experience, kind of an appropriate solution-focused intervention based on what assumption? What would you select? What would you kind of, based on what assumptions, and how would you go on with the question afterwards? I open the rooms. You have a short amount, 2, 3 minutes.
Wow.
Hello, Anton.
I saw all these faces and I appear and everybody goes away.
Yeah, exactly. I said when Anton comes,
Run away.
it's very scary. No, my Zoom link somehow didn't work, or it was the wrong one or whatever, and then they asked me to run my workshop here in the coffee place.
And it's done.
I'm 14 minutes before the end. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. You start at 12.
Yeah, I just wanted to check in.
To get into the mood and the feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's already. I have my other screen here. There's already one person in my
In your room?
Yeah.
Okay.
How was it, Daniel?
Hey, it was a bit stressful that, you know, on 2 computers and the link not working and then organizing, but now it's very nice, very good people, as we always have.
Cool.
Guess you're leaving?
Yeah,
I
I'll
call
see
my
you.
people back.
Sorry?
I call my people back here.
Ah, sorry. Yeah, of course.
Hi Julia.
Hallo Daniel, hoi. Ich dachte eigentlich, dass ich in einer Coffee Bar wäre.
Ja, du bist eigentlich in der Coffee Bar, aber mein Zoom-Link ist der falsch gewesen auf der Plattform und wir haben den probiert zu ändern und am Schluss haben sie mich überschwätzt, dass ich meinen Workshop hier in der Coffee Bar mache.
It's also okay.
Und jetzt kommen dann gerade etwa 10 Leute zurück und dann arbeiten wir noch 4, 5 Minuten und dann ist ja die Stunde auch schon wieder rum.
Wunderbar. Gut. Ja, einfach wollte Hallo sagen in der Coffee Bar und
Ja,
dann wünsche ich dir noch einen ganz wunderbaren Tag und ich
ja,
schaue
wünsche ich dir
mal,
doch auch.
wo
Also du
ich...
kannst aber auch bleiben, gell? Du kannst uns zuhören, wenn du willst, oder mitschwätzen.
Ist gut, ich schaue dann mal, wo ich jetzt als nächstes noch gehe.
Ah. So, idea assumption. Petya is about to say something.
What would you like to have instead? What would you like to be instead? When she says, I want to be less scared, what would you like to be instead? Less scared.
Okay. And what's the assumption behind it? Why do you think this is a useful intervention?
Why do I think it's a useful intervention? I think this is how we will go to what she really wants to be, because less scared, it's not something we can build on. We have to know what she wants to be. And as soon as we, for example, if she says, I want to be more confident, then we can start to create the image of she being confident in the meeting with her boss. This is my logic.
Yeah.
Of course, she needs to sleep more, huh? But I would go for what would you like instead.
Yeah. This is a little bit the traditional case, yeah? Are there any other solutions or any other ideas? Okay, let's see what the coach did. It seems that the coach was not as experienced as you are. So less scared. Do you have any idea what you could do to feel less scared? And he selected, and I was talking with him as well, and he grabbed the idea of, hey, use the words that kind of the coachee is using, so that you work in the same world of words. And he did it here, so there was quite a good intention. The issue is a little bit, as Petya already pointed out, less scared is a goal description in a way that she wants to run away from something and not have a vision or a dream or an idea to reach something. And we all know it's totally a different energy, whether you're running away from, I don't know, the lion who tries to catch you, or you're running on the train station towards someone you missed very hard, very much. So that's the big difference. So the assumption again is it's more useful for the client to create a goal description, appealing goal description, which is kind of has this running towards energy than the running away from. And very often the magic word is instead. Let's see. Just a short little one to end to kind of before I close the session. It's towards the end, the conversation. It's a lady around 40, the coachee, and for the last 16 or 70 years, she was at home caring for her 2 kids. And now she decided that she would like to kind of find her way back into a workplace as an employee. And then she discovered that on her topic, she could do kind of a 12-day brush up course at the university, which could help her after 15 or 16 years not working in a company, kind of to build up and catch up with the new knowledge in her work field. And now she's at the end of that course and she has to write, I think a case study or something. So a really paper for the university. And her issue was that she can't find any time to do that because she has still the kids and lots is going on. And at the end of the conversation with the coach, this lady said, "Oh, now I get a new picture. I really could think about how to create some islands from me. Once or twice a week, go to a nice place, a coffee shop or so, and then I would write and learn. That's the way I could make progress with it, with this paper. And I could ask my neighbor to take care of my 2 children just for an hour or two. I even would pay her for this." Any spontaneous idea what you would do?
What will be the first small step that you will do right away?
Okay. Asking about steps. So you think I have the assumption, you have the assumption. It's useful at that point to kind of fix the steps which are with our important, yeah.
To start to think of breaking her ideas of follow-up into small steps so
Yeah.
that they are attainable.
Yeah.
That's behind my
Makes totally
question.
sense. Other idea?
Maybe the confidence scale, like a 10-point scale, how confident you are that you will actually make it happen.
Okay.
What do you need more?
Mhm.
Um,
So strengthen the confidence and yeah.
or also confidence, like what are some things you know about yourself that make you confident that this is possible?
Wonderful. Yeah.
Or just emphasizing the progress she's doing and just praising her like, wow, you're already making progress with it.
Wonderful. It doesn't always have to be a question. Yeah. I'll go back quickly because, sorry, now I'm too far. I would like to have a look to what this coach did. And now I get a new picture, really good, and I even would pay her for this. And the coach says, "Do you really think this could work out?" What do you think about that?
I will not hire him anymore.
Okay, why not?
I would say he's using paradox, so he will like provoke her to
Oh, there, yes,
get.
it's a very nice idea. Yeah.
It's like
Maybe.
provoking her, so she will be starting to convince him that she will do it. So it's a way to continue.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't see that. Yes. Yeah, you're right, Pet. Yeah.
Okay.
A sneaky one, huh?
I'll go back and share it again because this is for me a very interesting moment because this coach, he had only the best intentions, not kind of provoking anything. he really wanted to support her, but he made, I think, a technical mistake. And the technical mistake is he formulated a closed-end question. That's just it. If you reformulate the same thing and formulate it in an open-ended question, then the intervention is absolutely well useful. So how do you think you could kind of manage to do that?
Can I just ask, because I think that it's okay to have this kind of question, and I think here more important for me, or at least as important, is the tone, how the person is asking it.
Yeah.
So we don't know how she was asking, are you really going to make it happen? Or like, maybe they have such a good bonding, and he has already told how he has always, failed to make his dreams, come true. And now she's just kind of, making a small joke and getting the connection. So that's why I think it's not like black and white in here.
Exactly. And what I want to kind of point out, it can be that if we would listen to it or even kind of be in the same room, that we would see, oh, there is even some humor in it, or yeah, whatever. If we just read it, we realize why we so often say that, hey, in coaching, especially in the solution-focused way of coaching, it matters whether you ask a closed-ended question or an open-ended question. Because a closed-ended question normally has kind of the doubt of the coach in it, the doubt in the resources of the counterpart. So if I very simple say, is there anything else? It's kind of, for a lot of people, it's the kind of more gentle way to ask what else. And on the other hand, is there anything else? You hear as a client, there is a slight doubt of the coach that there might be really something more that I have achieved or so. Yeah. And for me, this is an example that kind of brings it out, the huge difference between an open-ended question and a closed-ended question. My dears, I see we're running out of time.
Thank you so much.
I feel very sorry about it. And I hope it was somehow useful 45 minutes for you. And I wish you have a great further development in this conference.
Thank you. This was very useful. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, Judith. Bye-bye. Hello,
Ciao.
Anna, Juli. Hi. Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh.
This was wonderful, Anna Julia. I created a huge mess. Or we created a huge mess.
Me too. I wanted to be there, but somehow this time zones is too confusing for me.
It's too confusing. Yeah. For me, it was, I work on 2 computers, and this coffee place is my normal Zoom meeting, and then I had another Zoom meeting, but somehow there was the wrong link on the Padlet, so people ended up here in this Zoom, and yeah. But we managed.
It doesn't matter. It works out well.
It went not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say not bad. It was a bit of pity.
Okay. Oh, well.
And Anna, I have a few minutes, then I have to go and kind of make lunch. But I'm very curious. Where are you at the moment in your life? Nothing still.
In this mess, I realized there is a lot of mess behind me.
Yeah, but interesting stuff.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
I thought there is even some music things
Yes.
Yeah.
Every Monday, I'm doing the kids singing in our house. And then there is up to 15 people, kids from 0 to 4 coming and singing with me.
What and this is just your contribution to the community.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah.
Der Micha sagt, ich bin Primarlehrerin auf Entzug.
Ah, okay. Und hast du wirklich ein bisschen Entzugserscheinungen?
Nein, aber ich tue jetzt einfach alle meine Primarlehrerinnen-Energie da ins Haus rein channeln. Und das ist schön.
Das ist aber cool, oder?
Ja, sehr. Ja, nein, es hat, nein, ich bin gerade nicht am Arbeiten, eben so für Geld und ganz viel daheim und ganz viel draußen mit den Kindern und so.
Cool.
Genau.
Und ab und zu beim Peter.
Ja. so viel wie möglich, dass es ihm so halb gut geht. Genau. Yes. Simon, do you want to participate? Should we stay in English?
Oh, no. It's okay. You go ahead. You know why? I was just trying to grab hold of my charger. My battery is getting low.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Simon, and am I right? This is your last hour in the coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Because afterwards it's my turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is always someone stationed in the coffee.
Yeah.
There's always, the coffee place there is always someone in there.
Okay. So for the next 6 hours, I can come pop in and talk to you, Tani? Or how long?
Yes.
From 1 o'clock, but the first 2 hours I organized Sibylle. She's a participant of mine and very curious and whatever, and she said she has time. And then from 3 to 7 or so, then I'll be constantly sitting here. Then you can come and we play an online chess or just chit-chat a little bit. Or
Yeah. It's 7 o'clock now, so I'm just going to grab my dinner and then eat inside here.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay. All right, just give me 3 minutes.
That's
or
fine.
more.
Weißt du, die Asiaten, die Singapur-Leute, die kochen nie selber.
Der kommt essen jetzt.
Ja, die bestellen und zahlen ist günstiger, als wenn du selber einkaufst und kochst.
Okay. So für 1-2 Mal pro Woche nehme ich das jetzt auch noch, aber sonst nachher.
Ja, ich auch. Ja.
Aber es ist ja auch wahrscheinlich, nein, ich habe das immer so, also wenn ich jetzt denke, ich müsste etwas bestellen, dann habe ich so das Gefühl, bis ich entschieden habe, habe ich ja schon etwas gekocht.
Ja. Und es ist noch ein Unterschied, oder? Ich meine, in Basel und in Zürich, so in den grossen Städten, hast du wirklich auch Auswahl. Wir hier zu Wohlen, du kannst Pizza oder Burger haben.
Aber eben, dann musst du immerhin nicht entscheiden. Also.
Ja, gut, okay. Ja.
Also ich weiß gar nicht, wo anfangen. Und ich meine, ich bin ja schon eingeschränkt, weil ich glutenfrei muss essen, aber das hat ja trotzdem noch eine Millionenauswahl.
Ja, genau.
Genau.
Die verdammten Entscheidungen immer.
Genau. Ja. Und jetzt habe ich eben gedacht, jetzt komme ich da ein bisschen wieder mal ein bisschen lösungsorientiert schnuppern.
Schnuppern? Hey, das wird super schön.
Ja, nein, irgendwie. Es kommt dann wieder die Zeit. Das ist so schön.
Ja, die Zeit kommt wieder und ich meine, du hast das ja in deinen Genen. Also Lösungsorientierung wird nie verschwinden.
Nein. Es ist sehr lustig, jetzt so Konversationen mit dem Joscha. 3,5.
Ja.
Gibt es jetzt auch aber schon so Konversationen, ich denke, oh je. Er ist schon sehr festes Kind von uns.
Sicher?
Ja.
So schlimm.
Ja. Mal schauen, ob er dann auch wieder eine rebellische Phase hat, wo er suffering from solution-focused parents und so.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ja. Man müsste die dann auch mal aufschreiben, so die Konversationen mit irgendwie, oh, ich habe jetzt gerade das Problem und so. Und Agnes hat gelöst. Also dann, dann ist das. Genau, dann kommt er dann zurück mit so Fragen.
Und wie alt ist er?
3 und 4 Monate. Er schnurrt wie ein Buch. Das ist, heute Morgen hat er eine Diskussion gehabt mit unserem Nachbarsmädchen. Hat sie gesagt, wir können die Türen zumachen und auf dem Gang draussen rumrennen. Und ich gesagt, nein, also mir wäre es jetzt gerade wohler, wenn bei mir die Türen offen wären. Und dann ist es, also warum? Ja, weißt du, wenn ich umgehe, dann kann ich die Mama rufen. Und darum, aber wenn du willst, deine Tür können wir schon zumachen. Aber bei mir wäre es wohler, wenn wir meine offen lassen. Ich so, okay.
Das ist schon faszinierend. He?
Ja.
Ah Gott.
Ja, ja. Nein, und wir sind eben hier in so einem mega coolen Haus. Irgendwie sehr gemeinschaftlich organisiert und viel Gemeinschaftsräume.
Aber ist es Basel?
Mhm. Aber so eine neue Überbauung und
Wo ungefähr, dass ich es mir ungefähr vorstellen
kann einen Feldplatzpark mit Papa hinten. Ein bisschen mehr zwischen Flughafen und Papa.
Ah, ich glaube, die bin ich schon gewesen. Ist es ein Park oder ist es
Ja,
mehr
also ich
Platz?
habe einen Feldpark, genau. Und ich nehme an, jetzt bist du schon mal eine Runde drehen, das würde
Ja.
noch passen.
Ja.
Dann geht dort oben dran das Felix-Blatter-Spital, ist das alte. Und dann
Ah,
hat sie eine Überbauung gemacht.
ja, ich vage Idee.
Ja.
My dears, I have to say goodbye.
Good.
And see what I'm going to
I will
cook.
be here, but I'll be eating my dinner.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Enjoy.
Simon, in about 40 minutes, I will come back and then you
Okay.
can hand over the host to
All
me.
right, no worries.
Thank you very much. Anna,
Ja.
Junge, dich später.
Ja, bis bald.
Thank you.
Mm.